All right, today we are jumping headfirst into a really radical theory about the human heart. It's all based on a source text called the Scientific Indictment. And honestly, it presents a model of our biology that could flip everything you think you know on its head. It suggests our heart isn't just an organ, it's a sophisticated engine, right at the center of our very own personal energy field.
So let's just start with a question that gets right to the point. What if the very first thing you ever learned about your heart in biology class was just fundamentally wrong? The source we're looking at claims that this one simple idea has actually blinded us to what we truly are.
And this slide right here lays it all out. On one side, you've got the mainstream model we all know. The heart is a pump. A mechanical, brute force machine that just shoves blood around. But on the other side is this source's claim. The heart is a vortex, a super sophisticated helical engine that actually creates a spiral, pulling blood through the body with unbelievable elegance.
Okay, so let's dig into this vortex idea. How does it even work? Well, according to the source, the whole argument against the heart being a simple pump, it starts with a basic physics problem.
I mean, really think about this for a second. We have something like 60,000 miles of blood vessels in our bodies. The source argues that the sheer pressure needed to push blood through that entire network would be enormous. So enormous, in fact, that our most delicate capillaries, like the tiny ones in our eyes and brain, would just burst. The pump model, it claims, just doesn't add up.
And this is where it gets really fascinating, because the source points to the actual anatomy of the heart as proof. First off, it claims the heart isn't really 4 separate chambers, but one single muscle band that's folded over on itself into a spiral, which is, the perfect shape for a twisting vortex motion. Then you've got these ridges inside the heart, the trabeculia carnea. We're told they're there to create friction, but this theory says no, they're actually baffles designed to guide the spiraling blood. And the tip of the heart? It's surprisingly thin, which makes no sense if it's a high-pressure pump, but it makes perfect sense if it's the calm, low-pressure center of a vortex. And maybe the wildest part? In an embryo, blood is already circulating in this vortex pattern before the heart even starts to beat. So if the heart is this crazy powerful vortex engine and not just a pump, what's the point? What is it actually producing? Well, according to the source, its main job isn't just moving blood. It's generating a powerful personal energy field. To describe this field, the source dusts off a term from ancient Egyptian texts, the Ka. And they say the Ka isn't just a metaphor for a soul, it's a literal, physical thing. It's a personal energy field generated by the heart, and it has a very specific shape, a torus. Think of it like a donut or an apple, with energy flowing out from the middle, looping all the way around, and flowing back in the other side. This source calls it the spiritual double that actually animates our physical body.
And the power we're talking about here, well, it's just staggering. The source cites research claiming that the heart's magnetic field, which is the physical expression of this Ka field, is 5,000 times stronger than the magnetic field produced by your brain. Not 5 times, 5,000.
Now here's the kicker. This massive field isn't just some kind of waste energy, like exhaust from a car, no way. The source says it's a carrier wave, and it is constantly broadcasting information about your emotional state, your biological state, everything out into the world around you. You are basically a walking, talking radio station, and your heart is the transmitter.
So if you're a radio station, what are you tuning into? This is where the theory gets even bigger. It expands from you, the individual, to the entire planet, suggesting our personal field is designed to plug into a much, much larger circuit.
And at the center of that planetary circuit is something called the Schumann Resonance. The easiest way to think about it is that the space between the ground and the upper atmosphere, the ionosphere, acts like a giant bell. And all over the world, lightning is striking the Earth constantly, thousands of times a minute. Every single one of those strikes hits that bell and makes it ring. And that bell rings at a very specific fundamental frequency, 7.83 Hertz. The source calls this, literally, the heartbeat of the planet. It's this stable, life-supporting frequency that the entire biosphere is bathed in. So, is there any actual evidence for this human-Earth link? The source points to a few things. It cites studies showing a direct, measurable sync-up between our heart rate variability and the planet's magnetic field. And apparently that connection gets even stronger when people focus on emotions like love or compassion. But maybe the most compelling piece of evidence it offers comes from the early days of space travel. Early astronauts, totally shielded from this frequency in their metal capsules, started suffering from all sorts of health problems, until NASA started installing special generators in their spacecraft to create that 7.83 Hz frequency for them. So what does all of this point to? The takeaway is, well,
It's pretty profound. The conclusion is that we are not isolated biological machines. Our hearts are literally designed to be part of a planetary circuit, designed to beat in time with the Earth itself.
Okay, let's put all the pieces on the table and see what we've got. When you look at all these components together, the source claims it's not just a collection of weird facts, it's a complete integrated system, what it calls our divine hardware.
It's a three-step system, really. Step 1, the heart acts as the engine, a vortex generator. Step 2, that engine produces a powerful toroidal energy field, the Ka. And Step 3, our brain and even our DNA act as the antenna and the tuner, designed specifically to lock on to that planetary frequency, that 7.83 Hz heartbeat.
To really wrap your head around this entire perspective, the source offers this one powerful poetic summary. The Gnostic truth is that your heart is the sun of your own personal solar system. It's not just a piece of you, it's the central power source that generates the very field in which your consciousness exists.
And that, of course, leaves us right where we started, with a huge, lingering question posed by the source itself. If any of this model is accurate, if the human body is really this sophisticated, this powerful piece of resonant technology, then what is it truly designed to do? What is its ultimate purpose?